See how it goes. Okay. So thanks. There's only a few of us here in the minor call, but hopefully it's fast. We can answer a lot of questions. Definitely, this is for you guys. We want to see where we're going to go and kind of what the next steps are. The big thing, so we did a minor upgrade today. Make sure that you upgrade your minors, which should be relatively easy for most of you that done minor upgrades. Kind of the same thing. This was more of a smaller update. Mainly deals with getting some of the API values, handling some of those API errors, to hopefully prevent you guys from submitting bad values and just getting disputed. We have realized that some of the APIs are realizing some more rate limit issues than others. This is kind of a work in progress. So we are switching. If you guys have seen the dev branch, we're working on creating kind of the one database for all of your miners to read off of, so you don't have to do all these duplicate calls. But that's still probably, hopefully later this week, we'll push that one out. It'll be a little bit more involved, the upgrade, because they'll have to change some things in your config file. But until then, just know, like, if you have like 10 miners running on one IP address, you're going to get rate limited. So split up the IP address, do something to sort of pull that down, or just delete some of those PSRs. And no one's really requesting a lot of those higher ones, at least for the moment. So you'll probably be good, and you just won't be able to submit for those answers. So yeah, that's kind of the main issues. The bigger thing as of this week. So if I know there's only like 3 or 4 people here, but if you're one of the people listening and you're the person who's disputing people, let me know before you do some disputes. So the issue that we sort of realized last week, I realized it with Artem and some other people have realized, is there was a way for sometimes the miner would create a 0 value and submit it as the correct price. And the 0 value for like the price of Ethereum was obviously wrong, but the miner was submitting it anyway. And that was a bug in the miner code. And some of those people got disputed, which, it's good that we caught them and they're disputed. I'm glad that there's policemen out there. But at the same time, we don't want to punish those miners. So we're just planning on giving them their coins back, which has been sort of our thing. We're all still sort of working at creating a good system here where, it's still very friendly as far as like if somebody's honestly running the correct miner, we don't want to slash them and kick them out of our system. So contact me if you're disputing people, and we can work on, or just, don't dispute people. We are looking at them, but over time we're going to be working on creating some better rules for disputing. And, it is, since it does go to this kind of community vote, what a dispute is something that we sort of have to all discuss either here or online. Like there's obviously, like, it's really easy to say like the price of Ethereum is not 0. But if everyone submits 180 as the price of Ethereum and somebody submits 160, is that a bad value? There's a lot of different things as far as what we should dispute. So we're going to have to kind of work those out as a community, kind of best practices for voting. We're going to kind of update Tellor scan over some time, so it makes it easier. One-click votes. You can already vote through your miner. So those are just some of the pieces we'll be doing. But yeah, for the people that just joined, be careful doing those disputes, because we're having to deal with some people who just contact me because now all of their miners are frozen out. But okay, so Tellor Mamu just said, are you going to give tokens back manually if someone gets disputed? Yes, that's sort of been what we've been doing so far. So if you're honestly willing to play nice with us, let us know who you are. We realize you're not trying to attack the system or something like that. You're just like, if it was a code in the miner, like, an issue in the miner and you were just running it like you should, we want to give you your tokens back. We don't want to punish you for doing that. So yeah, like we're trying to make it so everybody gets their tokens back. Once we have like a whole bunch of hopefully more robust mining software, it won't really be an issue. But now we're just working. Like last week, we knew the guy who disputed somebody. He disputed Artem, and we just had him pass Artem's tokens back. He just said it was okay, so he'll just we passed it as a correct dispute, and he passed Artemis tokens back, and it was no harm, no foul, and we bought him lunch. So yeah, there's those kind of things. So don't worry. Like if you're just honestly running your miner, we're not going to slash you. No, yeah, I mean, like we don't take the tokens from their border. We want to give everyone their money back. Yeah, that's kind of the whole point is we don't want to punish people for doing things. So anyway, yeah, and contact us if you think there's an issue or if you disputed someone correctly or disputed incorrectly. We're happy to work all those problems out, and also it's good learning experience. It's one of the best ways that we catch kind of what our miner's doing. But if you do make the upgrade, hopefully it prevents that from now happening where you're submitting those 0 values or even the wrong ones. And everyone also just make sure you go and update your PSRs. PSRs all need to be updated. We have some bunch of different ones. We're pulling quite a few from CoinGecko, some I think from Kraken, just kind of mixing it up a little bit, give us some different prices. You can even, we set from CoinGecko, you can now pull request ID 50, which is the Tellor tribute price. So yeah. Milky said, so Artem and Milky in the chat, will you take tokens from the reporter even if they catch invalid values? It seems to be the case with the last few disputes. No, so we don't want to take those. You don't get the reward, but we don't want to take them from you. If you did report somebody and you feel like we didn't give you your tokens back, let me know. We'll fix it. And Artem says, what happens if I delete higher PSRs and someone requests them? You won't be able to submit them. So you'll have to kind of pros, cons, just you might as well you can just deal with error messages, but yeah, just don't. Right now, I don't think anyone's really requesting those higher PSRs. But yeah, as time goes on, and like I said, later, I'm fingers crossed by the end of this week, we can get a fix for all of those. So yeah, most requests are for the first 5, so it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, moving on. Other things kind of besides the miner, I guess. So we have, we're going to make that database update just that way we don't have these rate limit issues, and that'll be more robust. And then really there's the only 2 pieces that we want to add are kind of the dispute feed. We want to add like a dispute catcher so it keeps track. You can set a range so it'll automatically dispute for people. We're sort of holding off implementing anything on those changes just because we know that we're fixing some of the current pieces on the miner. But when we implement that, you'll be able to just have in your config file if you want to automatically dispute people, if it fell outside of the range that you keep. So you'll be keeping some of the historical values for the PSRs and some of the other requested data, and you can go dispute them. And then the other piece is upgrading to a GPU miner. We want to upgrade to a GPU miner, but then at the same time, like we do have limited dev time as far as kind of myself and Mike Kuhn are the 2 working on the miner go. So we're sort of going slowly at upgrading to the GPU miner for this whole case that we realize that once we upgrade to the GPU miner, probably all of the current miners will basically become pretty obsolete. So most of the people currently staked in mining will no longer be competitive and want to withdraw. And then we're going to have a whole boatload of new people coming in to GPU mine, which is good. It's, that's like the difficulty is going to get a whole lot higher. But obviously starting a whole bunch of new people is going to be a whole lot of work for all of us who are sort of involved. So we want to make sure that we're ready for that, and that kind of we have a nice tested GPU miner that's well documented for all of those new people. So if anyone's willing to help on those sides, let us know. And kind of like while we're doing that, we also realize that we can put our dev time towards other things, such as if you've been watching our repo, we're implementing ourselves into both Compound and Gnosis. We're working on making some pull requests into their systems so we can actually have some users, which would be cool. And that's really what we're focusing on, because to us, actually getting people to use us is more important than having more miners. So yeah, if you want to help out kind of on the Solidity side, there's some opportunities there with the Compound and the Gnosis pieces. We're working also with some of the other oracles. We're going to be creating some Oracle standards. So I don't know how many of you are into like the whole EIP scene. So with Solidity and Ethereum, they have like standards, like ERC20 is the standard token. We're working on kind of creating like a standard Oracle. So like whether it's us or Chainlink or Zap or Band, we all sort of implement the same thing. So whenever Compound or Maker, they want to call an Oracle, they can call the same function in their smart contract for us or Chainlink or someone like that. And we're sort of leading the efforts on that. Just that way, whenever we implement our Solidity code into some of these projects, it's a much easier sell for them to implement us right away if they know that, well, later down the road, you can switch over to Chainlink if they decide to go this route. So it just makes it a little bit more robust, and standards really help grow the space. So don't know how many of you guys are big into standards. Yeah, so that's about it. Anything? We got Boot, a question from Boot. Regarding GPU miner, can you notice us in advance? Most of us are paying for dedicated servers like 1 month in advance. Yeah, we'll give you a notice in advance. We'll probably make it, push it out kind of locally testing it, avoiding, just because, yeah, we don't want to really screw anyone over here and instantly kill all of your miners. So don't worry. And the other way you can do it is, hopefully the switch is sort of seamless, because I'm sure there will be a lot of time before we have like a really kind of up-to-date or optimized GPU miner. We sort of just want to make it optional, and we can leave kind of the CPU miner up for a while. So yeah, are there any other questions? I know this is like the miner call, but we get into like a lot of development stuff, and if you want to see anything else from us, let us know. We're all working hard to sort of make this a really good project. So whether it's, getting listed on different exchanges, different marketing efforts, we're just trying to spread ourselves in the best manner that we can. And right now that is building kind of the most usable product that we can, and actually getting implemented, because that's really where we feel like we're weakest at the moment. So, okay, guys, any last questions? No. Okay, cool. Thanks for joining, everyone. I will post this, and yeah, next week will be at 7:30 a.m. Artem, do you have anything you want to share, or not ready for it? I know I didn't ask Artem this week. We'll see if he has anything. Nope. Okay, we'll get him to do it next week with the chart updates. Hopefully things look similar and still good. So, okay, guys, thanks for joining. Talk to you guys soon.